Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Do me a favor. Thumbs up for me, if you will. Let me know you can hear me and you can see me. Hello, Arlene, Aurora, Jeremy, Pam, Robin, Katia, Marianne. We have a full house. We have a full house here. This is awesome. Hi, Kathleen. Awesome. Hi, Ann. Ann, I want to thank you very much for your generous donation. Hi, Bev. Everybody coming on in. Did everybody see the post I made about the left-handed shuttle? She's working on PDFs for both left and right to share with the class, okay? And there's another one that I'm trying to get a hold of that does needle tatting right and left-handed. So, yeah, we're on the ball. We're trying to get it done. Hey, Kaylin. Well, you take care of that, and we'll see you on the replay. But you stay safe, okay, Kaylin? Hey, I will. I love to tat. It's my love. I can't say any more than that. And when Georgia offered the classes for me to run them when she retired, I couldn't let the class down. I had to keep it going for the students. Hi, Mary Jane. Yeah, it will be helpful, Katia. Very helpful. Arlene, did you get my email? If I yawn, you guys just ignore me. I got up early this morning. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just when you get a chance. After class today, I will be packing up the rig. As you can see, some of it's already packed. We'll be moving it Monday, but I got a lot going on this weekend. So, yeah, it's that time. Moving day is not fun. Hi, Barb. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Jill. Hope everything's okay. Hi, Liz. Glad you can make it. No, it's not. And when you move your house, it's really not fun because it depends on the roads where things land and how it comes out of the cabinets and stuff when you open them. So you just duck around here when you park the rig. Hi, Jeanne. How you doing? Is it Jeanne or Jean? Or it could be Jeannie. Hi, Mary. Okay, Arlene, I'll call Georgia and see if she's got that information. I looked through the files and I couldn't find it, but that doesn't mean we don't have it. A lot of stuff that is supposed to be on in the files could still be on her computer. Hi, Sue. Jean. Okay, I'll remember that. Sure, I'll come after your supplies. When you moving? Hi, Ma. Ma, let's see, M. Abrams. What's your real name? This first name. We'll be in your neck of the wood. Well, we'll be in Indiana on the 13th of November. Yeah, we got to stop and pick up winter clothes. That's okay. That's okay. You come in under the wrong name, Mary. You just blew me away. Thank you, by the way, for the donation. In a month, we may be passing you on the road, you know. Just never know. No, what's going on in Phoenix? Okay, we'll wait. What's going on in Phoenix, Sue? Thank you, Jill, for the super sticker. I got a couple of people I want to say thank you to. Judith Cervic, Jess G, Ann Fairchild, Marianne, and the Mary Atler. I want to say thank all of you for the super chats, the super stickers, and the donations. I got great news. We got 3 more years. 3 more years on the website. And you ready, guys? I got a space for the shop. So, yeah, they tossed that in and it cost less. Hi, Brenda, than what it cost me before. And I got 3 years on the website. Everybody say, yay. Hi again. No other tatters live there that you can find? You're in Phoenix, Arizona, right? Anybody know what happened to that map that Karen Cabrera did? She had a list of everybody that tatted across the United States. Well, actually, and she enlarged it to the world. I know, Katia. I was so excited that we could do that. And because Dennis went right after class, well, he was working on it during class. I didn't know that. I thought he was actually doing his job. But he heard that, you know, was wanting to buy the shuttles and things like that. And well, Etsy, ready for this? You know, everybody was boycotting Etsy because Etsy was holding everybody's money up and stuff like that. Well, I got an email after we signed up with the website for another 3 years and got the shop. They sent me an email and said, we're going to release your funding now and you won't have a hold on your money anymore. I guess they caught the word. But the problem is they've already lost all those makers. Thank you, Mary. We're looking for a tatter in Phoenix, Arizona. Hope Green. Teresa, do you know how to get a hold of her? I don't. I don't have her in the files. I got her working the files, but I don't have any contact info. Hi, Aurora. If you got any information on her, can you send it to me through email or send it through me to text, you know, so I can get a hold of her? Thank you so much. There you go, Sue. She's in Prescott, Arizona. Wow, we had a quick scroll. Let's see who came in. Janella. Hey, Pasha, Nanetta. Nanetta lives in the perfect place. I have to say, her and Aurora, if I ever get wings and I can swim, I'm going to visit some people. That'll never happen. Never. So it is 3 o'clock, folks. Are we ready to get to learning today? Hi, Carol. First of all, let's do our housework. Okay. If you're new to the classes, please hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell so you can get notified if we go live or put up new content, which we will be as time travels on. Okay. Also, if you'd like to make a donation, you can do a super chat, super sticker, or you can donate through the website. We accept PayPal through to the classes account. Due to the donations we've gotten so far, we have paid 3 more years on the website, which is fantastic. Also, it gives me space to open up the shop that will also help support the classes. What we use the funding for is several things. First of all, we use the funding to take care of the website and the domain name. We also use the funding for cameras, computers, lighting, so forth, that we need to put this on as a live program. Just recently, we purchased live StreamYard because the OBS software did not like my computer and it did not like YouTube. Why? We don't know. It just had a conflict, okay? Some things just don't get along with other things. I've learned that in my old age, okay? So, with that said, for all those that have donated, I want to say a heartwarming thank you, because what you have done is you have provided funding to keep these classes going for 3 more years, okay? Don't think it's going to waste, because it's not. All right. We run these classes completely on donation. No one gets paid to work with these classes. I furnish the thread. I furnish the gift cards for the contest. I do all that out of my own pocket. And when there is an overage amount, that's when we have a big drawing. And the big drawing will be for something for like a big gift for a person that has done something special. Okay. So think about that. This money doesn't go to waste. It helps other tatters. It helps the classes, and it helps all new tatters. All right. So I hope I got it across that, yes, it does help a lot of people, even 50 cents. If you cannot donate, watch the commercials. Those pay pennies on the dollar. The more likes we get, the better the commercials. Okay? So, with that said, let's get to today's fun. Now, I sent out, actually remembered to give you all the pattern today. Okay? In the email. Now, I'm going to show you guys. This is it. This was mine that I made, my very first one. Can y'all see that? And I backed it with a piece of leather. Okay. Then I put a clasp on the back. I glued it with E6000. Have y'all ever used E6000? That thing will glue you to walls. So be careful. Okay. Because you can't get off after it glues you. So I used E6000, attached a little clasp, and I'll wear this on my badge thing that we have to wear when we go to Tat Days. And I think this represents Tat Days better than the paper badge. That's just my opinion. We're there for tatting, you know? And I seen this way, way back. Georgia showed it in class one day. And I says, I'm going to make that pattern. I am going to make that pattern. Because it intrigued me, okay? I knew what I wanted it for, all right? After I learned to tat, I made the pattern. So just because you can't do it today doesn't mean you can't do it tomorrow, all right? Now, a lot of people have come in since classes started. Mavis, I didn't even see you come in. I want to tell you, they're on the Facebook group. We have the left-handed shuttle tatter instructions. Now, I have gotten permission to put it in video form. So once I can get the left hand to pay attention to the right hand and do what the right hand's supposed to do instead of the left hand, you know what I'm saying? I just got to get my brain wrapped around it. I'm a righty, so it'll be a slow go, but I will get that up in video format for all our left-handed tatters. I'm in contact, well, I've sent off an email to another lady that will be sending needle tatters, left-handed and right-handed tatting instructions. So we're on the ball, okay? We're getting there, all right? It just took me a little time to get it together, all right? But with that said, let's get started on today's project. First of all, Dad, she's a little upset. The people next door are having slight issues, and every time they pull them in and out, they squeak, and she doesn't like the squeak because she thinks they're running over her toy. I won't say no more. So let's go down into the down shot. And once we get there, you will see what's on my desk. Isn't that fun? There we go. Can everybody see that? Let me zoom in just a hair. There we go. Now, this pattern, you can do it 5-letter or 7-letter. Okay? So if you want just your name, you can put your name. You can put tatting. Tatting is 7 letters. You can put anything in there that you want. All right? As long as you got the right beads. All right? So here we go. We're going to do a 7-letter. What mine is going to say is I heart to tat. I had 2 different colors of beads, and that breaks it up so it doesn't leave a run-on sentence, you know, like everything just jumbled together. So I put a black I, a gold heart, because that's tatting is my heart, okay? And then 2, and then tat was in gold. So those are the letters we are going to use today. All right? First things first, I chose Elizabeth, size 20, number 176. I do not know what this color name is. Anybody know what that is right off the bat? Let me get my chart. I got most everything packed up, so that's why I can't find anything today. Do y'all do that? It's called pink blossoms. You pack up stuff and then you lose stuff. Can't never find where it went to. Now, today you're going to put a bead in a split ring. All right? And to put that bead in the split ring can be a hairy deal if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Tammy's wearing red tone dress. This ain't a dress. It's a t-shirt that Anita Berry got for me when I first got my first rig. And it's a chartreuse color. And she said that it looked good on me, so she bought it for me. And I thought it was a sweet gesture on hers, you know, on her part to do it. She didn't have to. I was just tickled to death to see her. So that's where the shirt came from. And on the back it says, it's got some wine glasses on there, and it says, my doctor says I need eyeglasses. I won't say no more. You'd have to know Anita. All right, now let's read this pattern. First thing we're going to do is read up here all the abbreviations. Everything that she's using in this pattern is up here. Okay, the difference is she used a size 20 Manuela. Manuela is a stiffer thread. We can't get it here in the States, but Elizabeth is a very close second to it. Hi, Steph. So with that said, remember Manuel, a good replacement for it. Manuela is Elizabeth thread. Okay. Now her abbreviations is R for ring, C for chain, SR for split ring, SCMR for self-closing mock ring, BC is add bead to center of split ring. Picot, this is a 3/16 picot. This is where, folks, catch it, picot gauge. See what I'm saying? Some designers require certain sizes of your picots. So you'd have to have a picot gauge to get the right size. Okay? You have a long picot, a regular picot, and a super small picot for joining. And the plus sign means join. SLJ is a shuttle lock join. Okay, now some of these terms are going to freak some of you new people out. Don't let it. You can do this. Trust me, you can do this. Switch shuttles is SS. Take notes on your pattern if you need to. Okay? S1 is shuttle 1. S2 is shuttle 2. Has everybody got that so far? Give me a thumbs up. Hi, Karen. All right. Thank you, Teresa. Now, because we're doing the 7-letter, we're going to go over to the 7-letter version. But this is what it's going to look like. This one's the 5. 7-letter is going to be bigger. Okay? So, 7-letter version says it up here on the paper. Same instructions up here for her abbreviations. Now, she says shuttle 1 is a ring of 2, a very small joining picot, 6, a small picot, not a small picot, but a small one. Okay, it's the 3/16. And then a 6, and then a very small joining picot, and a 2. Now, what I like to call the little very small joining picots is baby picots. Okay, think babies. They're tiny. That's how big you want your picot. When it's a joining picot, is a tiny picot. All right, so let's get that done. If you do not understand, if we don't get through the whole pattern today, that's fine. We can get through it on Tuesday. Okay. We're also going to be finishing up the other pattern as well. And I'll show you in a minute what I've got done on mine so far. All right. So we've got 2 double stitches. Now she says, put a very small picot. Now I got a picot gauge right here. Okay. That picot she wants in here is this tiny, tiny one. Okay. Now you can put this in here and you can do your picot, or you can judge by your finger. Okay. I judge my joining picots by finger because I've been doing a lot of years, but you can pretty much hit the mark on how big that's supposed to be. As you can see, it's tiny. You see that little gap? And when I pull the second half of that stitch in, you'll see exactly how small that picot is. That is strictly a joining picot. You're not even supposed to really see it. Okay. So now we got to put in our 6. We got our first one started. This is 2. And down there. Just wants to jump all over the place. There's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, she says this one, 3/16 or 3/8, 3/16. All right, there we go. We're going to use the 3/16 right there. We're going to use that small one for the 3/16 because it's not marked, and I'm not going to take a tape measure out there and find it. That's just how I do things. Okay. So you see the difference. This is a joining picot, and this is the small picot. Okay. That should be this picot right here. on our pattern. So we're going to go 2, got to put more 6 in that one. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we got to put in, she's telling us, another baby picot, little tiny baby picot. So we're going to measure by our finger. What I do, you see how I'm gauging that? I'm slowly working my thread down to leave just enough gap for a crochet hook to go through. Then pull in that second half and pull it over. Now I'm going to show you it's another tiny picot to match that first one. You can barely see it. Okay. And there's 2. All right, we only needed 2. So we've got 2 double stitches. Now we close the ring. Now, remember what I said about posting your shuttle. Trust me, in this pattern for you new people, post your shuttle. Okay? So to post it, you drop it down through the ring. The reason I'm telling you to do that is this pattern can be confusing because there is so many techniques, and for a new person, they're going to get befuddled. All right? Now, here's the deal. If you post your shuttle and you have to open that ring, you can open that ring easier without tearing your thread to pieces. Okay? Now, what have I missed in class? Let me scroll up. Let me see what the chat is about. Exactly. Thank you, Arlene. She says use different shuttles or mark them somehow. Now, I'm going to show you. You see the difference in my shuttles? Hi, Bunny. Can y'all see the difference between the 2 shuttles? Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, the difference is one has a pick and 2 doesn't. This is shuttle 1 and this is shuttle 2. Even though they look the same and they have the same cutouts, one has a pick, the other one doesn't. Always make sure your shuttles are either 2 different shuttles or you mark them. The best way you can mark them is to take a piece of Scotch tape, put it on your shuttle just a little bit, and mark on the Scotch tape. When you're done, peel the tape off. If you get residue on it, you can put some oil, like Skin So Soft. I use that quite frequently. It's also a good bug killer and mosquito stopper, and you name it, it works. And it's safe for pets. I use it on Mia when she goes out to keep the fleas off of her. Doesn't burn her, doesn't irritate her, and it's safe for pets. She could actually eat it and it wouldn't hurt her. Okay? So you can put a little oil on it, wipe that residue of the tape off of your shuttle, and it also is good for your shuttle because your shuttle is wood. If it is plastic, after you use the the Scotch tape, then run water and soap over it. It's done. Painter's tape, washi tape. Okay. Anybody else got anything? Anything else you could use? Yeah, Skin So Soft is very good to use. Yeah, 2 different colors of thread. But for this pattern, you have to do it in continuous thread. That's one of the drawbacks on some patterns is you have to use continuous thread method. All right, now, the next one is a ring of 2, and you're going to join to the picot of the last ring. 8, a small picot, 8, a baby picot, and 2. Okay, that's how that line reads. Everybody got that? Yeah, you could do that. All right, so we're going to put in our 2. You remember that baby picot that I put in right here? We're going to join to that. You go down through the picot, pick up your thread off the back and pull it through. See this finger that was in the ring? You pull it out and you loop that thread on your finger. Anybody know why we do that? Hi, Deborah. Does anybody know why we wrap the thread after pulling it? Right, Jeremy, it prevents it from twisting. You don't want your picot to twist unless it's an intentional twist. Okay, so that prevents it, and it helps you to be able to walk that picot into place, and it doesn't create a big hump. Okay, so we go down through our picot, nails to knuckles. We're just doing a regular join. Okay, and tighten it up to where your stitches lay right next to the base of the previous ring. You see that? All right, so now we can put in our 8 double stitches. Let me pull some more thread. I got fat fingers. Takes a lot of thread for me to get my fingers in there. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now she says it's a regular picot. So we're just going to put that picot in there. And remember that small picot is this small one right here on our picot gauge. Okay, we're going to put in 8 more. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we got another baby picot we got to focus on here, folks. And then we get 2 more double stitches. Let's walk that over and get our first double stitch in. And here we go with the second. We're going to post our shuttle, grab our ring, and close. You can tell that's a fairly new shuttle. Not been used a lot. Slick. That's what happens with wooden shuttles when you buy them, especially Veronica's shuttles. They're slick until you start using them, and you have to love them. Okay, you have to love them. If you don't love them, they don't lose the slickness. So you have to love on your shuttles there. All right, so we got that one done. Let's do our third ring, and this will be a clover once we're done, or commonly called a trefoil. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to put in 2 double stitches, bring it over to the edge of that previous ring. That's 1 and 2. Now this pattern, we are going to walk it through all the way. If it takes Tuesday to do it, we will take Tuesday to do it. For those of you that are professed, if you want to move forward and finish it up and cut a bunch of them and give them away as gifts, that's fine. Okay? Because you don't have to make a name tag. You can just tat it up. Okay? And you can attach several of them together and make a lanyard with it. There is a lot of things you can do with this one pattern. Okay, we'll get into that later. Okay, So let's put in our 6 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I feel sorry for those people next door. I really do. They're working on them slide outs and they are a mess. They had it in the shop, I figure, because they left a couple of days ago. And they came back today and they got the same problem. And it could have been the dealership just couldn't get it handled right now, or they're sending them to the factory. I don't think a dealership should handle slide out problems, in my opinion. I know with our brand, no, they don't let them handle slide out problems. It's because they can't. So we're going to put in 6 more double stitches. We put that center picot in. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And before we close our ring, okay, before we do anything, we want to make sure we got everything set like we're supposed to. All right, she has another baby picot here at the end with 2 double stitches. All right, so open the ring up just a hair. Walk that picot over. 1 and 2. All right. Now, if you think your picot is not big enough for a crochet hook, take your crochet hook and walk it through the picot before you close your ring. You can loosen that picot up. All right. If you forget your picot, I will tell you what Georgia says. A picot is a double stitch all growed up. If you don't have a picot, you make that double stitch grow up. Okay, so there we go. I just pulled that picot right out. So that's how you make your picot big enough, and then you close your ring. This is twisty thread. Very twisty thread. I didn't run it through no beeswax or nothing, but that is our clover. That is our first clover of the pattern. You see it? Isn't she pretty? Now, here's where a split ring comes in. We have, now I'm going to read this through with you, okay, so you can understand it, okay? All right, what links? The correct link is below the pad or below the video, and it came out with the email. Pam, is the pattern link working on the email? It should be. If not, we have it in our files as that, and I've checked it, and it works. Because she wanted me to link to her site. Okay. It's just some people are having trouble getting it. You know, the internet can be flaky at times. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So everybody got it then. I just want to be sure. I don't want nobody to feel left out. Never do I want you to feel left out. So is everybody cool? Give me a thumbs up. We're going to move on to this split ring. Because we got about 20 minutes. I don't like to run the class past an hour because people start getting tired. And YouTube, like, yeah, they don't like us to run past an hour. They want to put a commercial in. I was like, no, not in the middle of class. So, all right. So let's get on with this split ring here. And then we'll see if you have any questions. All right. So we've got our last ring. She says, split ring 2, you're going to join to the last picot of the last ring. That would be this tiny baby picot. Okay. Right here. This little picot right there is what you're going to join to. Then she says 5, small picot, 5. Then a very small joining picot, 2. Then you're going to do a split and you're going to put that bead in. Okay. And you're going to do 2 double stitches and join to the first picot of the first ring. Yeah, is your mind blown now? All you new students, is your minds blown? I know you're looking at this and you're saying this thing ain't right. It is right. Okay. So I am not going to put the bead in. Okay. Because you need to know how to do this without a bead first. All right. We will put the bead in on, as soon as we get it done, I will take it and show you how to back out because we made a mistake. And then we're going to put the bead in. Does that make sense? So you're going to learn not only how to do the split ring and add the bead in the split ring, but you're also going to learn how to take it out because you forgot to put the bead in. All right. Does that make sense? So get ready, guys. We're going to blow your minds. All right. She says 2 double stitches. 1 and 2. Now we're going to join to this little tiny picot right here. My eyeballs working here. I'm crying out. I'm crying right now, y'all. I am. Actually, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, it's fall. Do y'all know it's going down to 60 tonight here in Florida? Yep, it is. All right. We got 5 double stitches to put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we've got that small picot to put in. Let's get you put in right there and put in 5 more. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did I get 5 or have I got 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a half of 5. There we go. Pull it over. See our picot we put in. Now we need to get some more thread. Okay. Now because this is where the bead's coming in at, okay, is after this next 2 double stitches and tiny picot, you're going to need a lot of thread. Okay. So put your tiny picot in, slide it over, and put your 2 stitches in. We got the first one in with the picot. Now we've got the 2 stitches. Y'all ready? You lay that shuttle down because we're at this split. Okay. Now at the split, you're going to do 2 and you're going to join to the first picot of the first ring. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to back it out. And then I'm going to put the bead in and show you how to do that. Okay. So lay that shuttle over there out of our way. And we're going to put in our 2 double stitches for the other half. Let me get it turned around so y'all can see. This is where split rings can get fiddly because you've got to move this out of your way. Watch what I'm doing. You're going to put in the second half of the stitch first. Pull it in tight, okay? Put in that second half, or the first half of the stitch. Pull it in tight. You're going to do that one more time. Okay? And pull it over. After you get it all pulled over, lay that shuttle out of your way. Tighten that ring up so you don't get gaposis down here at the bottom. All right? Now, this is fun. We're going to pull this thread here through this picot here. And the way you do it is you just reach down there, grab that thread. Be careful. Don't split those plies. If you do, let go and start over on that. Do not pull it to where it will pull the thread apart. Elizabeth thread is hard to get it back in shape after you split the plies. If it takes you 10 minutes, it takes you 10 minutes. You really don't want to split the plies because on this, you've lost all that you've tatted. Okay? Get up there. And it's fiddly. I'm not going to lie to you. It is fiddly. You can come back around the back side and twist it into your hook and pull it. But I split the plies. See what I'm talking about? If you catch it, you can straighten it out. It just takes time, folks. One thing tatting will teach you, if it teaches you nothing else other than this, it will teach you patience. If you don't have patience, learn to tat. Then you get patience. Comes with the turf. All right, we got it. And you pull it up. Again, hook it on that finger. Shuttle 2. Make sure you get the right shuttle. No pick. And you join. Okay? Now, the way you're going to join this, you're going to come knuckles to nails on this. Because you're on the back side, you have to come knuckles to nails. You see that? And then you would continue on 5 picot 5, baby picot 2. Now, let's go and let's take this back out and we're going to put that bead in so you can see how to put the beads in. All right, if we can get it, come out, come out. Again, it fiddles. Got to give yourself slack and work it. Work it out. Okay. Once you get it loose enough, get your finger out of it. Did we get it? Nope, we didn't. Went in the wrong way. You got to watch that too. There it went. All right, now. Let me rip out those last 2 stitches we just put in. Yes, my thread is going to look horrendous by the time I get through showing you this, but you need to know this so that you can continue on with this pattern. All right, for those of you that are going to be using beads in your pattern, you need to know this. Those of you that are just doing the pattern, you can move on. I just showed you how to do the split ring. You just follow the instructions. Okay. But when we come back to this on Tuesday, I hope all of you have it finished. Why? Because you're making a key ring. I didn't tell you that at the beginning of the class because I didn't want to scare you. But we're making a key ring. And this key ring will fit on any key ring. We're going to stiffen it. We're going to block it. We're going to make it nice and pretty. And then when you get through with it and we varnish it, guess what? If it gets dirty, you take it and run it under some soap and water, and your key ring is just fine. All right, now, let's get back to this. Now, we've done the first half of this. Now it says we need our bead. Now, I'm going to grab this first bead right here. You see? I put it on my crochet hook. Why did I put it on the crochet hook? The picture's fuzzy. That I can't help. The camera's autofocus. Sigrid. Bye, Steph. No, I can't refocus the camera because it's autofocus. It will focus on what it needs to focus on, and it grabs the picture. The fuzziness that you get is not from me. It is from the internet. Yeah, you can. You can do that, Sue. So now we need to grab our thread. And which thread are we going to grab? Let's see how much we know. What thread are we going to grab? Are we going to grab our core thread? Or are we going to grab our tension thread? Because this is where your tension comes from. It's right in here. Are we going to grab this thread or are we going to grab our core thread? Remember, it's got to move through. So which thread would we grab? Anybody? No, Aurora, it's internet. Okay, where we're going to put this is on the core thread. Okay, you slide it on the core, pull it through to the other side. Okay, now you know what you're going to get, and I didn't get it. I'll have to get it now. Because that was the one thing I went for and totally walked off and didn't get it. You need either a paper clip or a bulb pin, a safety pin, something, even knitting markers will work. But I like the bulb pins because they're easier to put on and off. And if you have to lay your work down, you can close the bulb pin up. Okay. And just go on about your merry way and do your thing. Okay. So this ring right on my hand. All right. Now I'm going to put this in. You pull the thread to tighten that up. All right. Now it says that we have to put in 2 and join to the first picot of the first ring. Okay. So we're going to put in 2 double stitches. It's all going to work around this ring. This is patience. Okay, because we've got to work on the back side of that bead and work ourselves around. That's 1, 2. Okay, now move that bead to the side. Keep it in the pinch. Bring this up into our working space. Okay. Or I used the wrong shuttle, didn't I? Oops, oops, oops. I'm sorry. Grabbed the wrong shuttle. Y'all didn't shout at me. No, no, no. See, even the teacher makes mistakes. I'm a walking mistake. Ask Teresa, she'll tell you. I'm a walking mistake. I can trip over my feet, you know, air, things that aren't there. I can walk into walls that aren't there. I can walk into walls that are there. Telephone poles, you know. I have to do things the weird way. Arlene will tell you that. She gets tickled at me. Okay, we got to move that one out of the way. Let's go over here and get this little puppy. All right, we want to work these 2 stitches in. I was going on with a ring, not a split ring. All right, so we got to put our 2 stitches in, just like before. Okay, 1 and 2. All right, another half to go in there. Get that puppy in there. Now we're going to join it to that ring. If I can see what I'm doing, I'll be in business here. There we go. We got it. Sometimes when I bend over to see things, it goes through my hair. The camera does, because it's right here in front of me. There we go. We got it. We pulled it. We pulled it and didn't split the plies. Give yourself an applause. But you see how it twists? This is Elizabeth thread. What I do is just untwist it, throw it on the finger. Pull that finger out so I can get some more room. Now, again, we have to go under that and up. Knuckles to nails. We're on the back side. We want it to look the same as the other side. Okay? And work that in that join. Now we're going to put 5 picot, and on that picot is where we're going to tie this in. Okay, so we're going to tap 5. Let's do 1 over there, 2, lose your shuttle. Ah, it's a runner. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, here's where we join this, because we want this to set dead center in this. So here's what we're going to do. Measure it out. Okay. Because this letter sits to the side, where you join has to be in a place that it sits to the side. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Is it going to work joined there, or do we have to go on further? Okay. Yeah, it's going to have to go all the way around. So some of the beads join top to bottom. Some of them join side to side. Okay, the letter beads. If the letter beads are side to side, okay, you have to join where they sit right. Okay, if I join now, this letter bead is going to be cattywampus. It's going to sit in that ring the wrong way. So it's got to go to the end. So be careful with your letter beads. Position is everything on those. So let's go ahead and finish this out. And then we'll join at the bottom, because you can join it anywhere. Okay. But with letter beads, you have to watch what you're doing. Okay. Roll it around. Give ourselves a little picot here. I'm going to just get that out of the way and do it myself, because I can pretty much gauge it. For you that are new, you won't be able to gauge. Little hint, little tip. Mark your fingers with an ink pen and cover it with some clear nail polish. If your picot doesn't come out the height you want, you can always stretch it out before you move on to your next stitch. But mark your hand. Way back in the day, there was a girl in class that she got tired of the picot gauge. She just went up and had a tattoo put on her fingers of different marks along the finger for her picots, and she could measure between the marks on her fingers. And it was just little dots that she had put on her fingers. And that's too painful for me. I'm sorry. Okay, that's 5. Now we do the small baby picot. That's what we're pulling in now. We're going to put in the 2 double stitches, and now we're going to join that ring or that bead. It'll come out. I have to think on it for a second so my brain can catch up with my mouth. It's just one of them problems I have. All right, now, you ready? We've got our thread, our core thread. This is our core thread. It's attached to shuttle 1. Put that on our finger. Take this off. Once you take this off, take your core thread, run it through, pull it tight. Okay. Now, you got to have enough room. Now that you've got it tight, hold it in the pinch. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay. I always run my shuttle up through it and I went too far. Now, this is where you tighten it all together. Get out of the way. This goes in. You tighten this ring around all that. Okay. And you pull it up snug. And it should snug up. I think I got the wrong beads though. I really do. I think I got the wrong ones. I did. Wouldn't you know? But that's how you put a bead on a split ring, is like that, but it's not closing. Oh, crud. Oh, crud. I did it wrong. I'm going to have to work with this one. I am. Because you see it come off? That ring's not closing. Do y'all know what I just did? I locked that last stitch. You see it? It's locked. I didn't get it flipped in there. And it went the wrong way. It's okay. It's fixable. But you can see, I'll show you what I'm talking about. And my finger's out of the way. You see how it locked? It went the wrong way. It's because it twisted. Split ring tatting and beads is a chore. So what you got to do is you've got to go back in there and you've got to pull that stitch back out and straighten it out. And if it's locked, it's a bugger. That's when you grab your little safety pin. You go in there and you loosen it up because it's an actual knot. It's not anything but an actual knot. Don't like Elizabeth because it is so twisty. And it does cause you headaches beyond infinity and back, I'll be honest. Now both of them stitches was in there backwards. It's okay. We'll get it. There we go. Let's see if I got it. If all the stitches are working right. Nope. There's several in there that's gotten locked somehow. Where are they? There's one way back here. Okay. I'm going to have to rip it all the way out. It's because it twisted. You see? Right there. You see it? After the join, and I didn't catch it. But that's why it won't close. See? I'm pulling. But when you put your beads on, you run your bead on your core thread. Okay? I'm going to have to rip this out, and it's going to take too long. So we'll come back to this on Tuesday, and I'll have it all fixed. I'm trying to get some thread that I can actually see under these lights. I did not realize that these lights was that bright now. I got the new lights up. Can you tell? And it puts a glare on the thread. But that one right there after the picot is, it did not go on proper. Your backside of your split rings have to slide just like a regular ring. And I can show you that real quick. In fact, I'll show you right here. When your thread, darn it, I don't have another shuttle. When your ring is done on a split ring, it will pull closed just like a regular ring with the bead on. Okay, so let's come back to this on Monday and I'll use a different colored thread. I thought this was so pretty though. I really did. But to get the bead on, remember, it has to go on the core thread. You join it after you do all your stitch work. Okay, and when you join to the bead, you run this up through the bead. Okay, and then pull it closed. It will close. Your working thread will close. Okay, so I'm sorry about that, guys. I did not intend on this. That's for sure. That'd be for sure aggravating, that's for sure. But I do want to show you what I got done on the one. It was the sun catcher. What I'm doing here, that's it. That's how much I've got done. I've not been working on it constant, but that's where I'm at on it. I'll have mine done Monday. I hope you all have yours done on Monday. But you see, I added the beads on the bare picots. Now I've got some crystals going to come in here too. And I'll show you where that's going to come in at. Give you some ideas. Okay, when you look at this, you'll see these rings here have picots off to the side. Those picots are going to get the crystals. So the only place we are going to have beads is right here in the center. Then when we attach it to our hoop, there's going to be beads on the hoop as well, where it joins to these picots. Y'all got that? Hi, Jolene. I didn't even see you come in, honey. Okay. So, yeah, retro tatting is definitely part of learning. I've done this bead technique, I know, a blue million times, and this is the first time I've ever had that to lock up on me on that back side. That is just aggravating as all get out. And it's because the light puts a glare on this lighter pink. And I did not see it twist. And that's what it did. Attach dagger beads to the outside and use that as a cup bowl cover. Hey, that's cool. That's cool, Arlene. That really is cool. That sounds cool. Let me switch cameras here. There we go. I'm back. Let me see all these questions y'all got. Yeah. That could very well be it. Doesn't help that I'm sitting here crying. The mold spores are ridiculous down here right now. You think you would cry? Jolene, honey, I have done that, like I said, so many times. And when that happens, you just deal with it. You just build a bridge, you go over it, you know, but use it as a learning tool. Use the right thread. I really am not prone to Elizabeth thread, but that is what Georgia requires us to use, a size 20 Elizabeth thread for our samples. All right, cut and tie to repeat the shape. It's better than take out. Take a lot of time undoing knots, especially if you have to open a ring to untat it. Aurora, I agree. I have cut off a whole entire round before and fixed I totally missed that. And I had to go back, and I'm like, no, snip, 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 snip. And then I went and started over. So, yeah, that's just something, it's your choice. You know, nobody's going to smack your hands but yourself. Let's see. Yeah, Sue, I know Mary Lee had instructions for adding beads on a split ring. She's the one that taught me how to do that. But I haven't seen it on her blog, and she had a video too, and I haven't seen that either. Maybe I should invite Mary Lee Rockley to come teach y'all how to do it. I'm just teasing. I like your idea, Arlene. I'll tell you one that I seen. I know you're familiar with it. The oval doily that Nancy Tracy did. That makes a perfect mug rug. You know, it goes, sorry about that, it goes around the mug and it keeps the mug from burning your hands. So, is there any questions? It is 4 o'clock. I'm not even going to give you the spiel. Next class is Tuesday. Monday, I am traveling. We are going to Arcadia, Florida. So we're going down there for a couple of weeks. And then back here so I can go to the doctors and he can be a vampire. And it's more blood work. So, but everything's working out better. Yeah, I misspoke. Monday, my brain is focused on traveling. I don't like travel days. They make me nervous. I don't like traveling, period, to be honest with you, in a car, truck, or anything else. I was in a bad car wreck. So when cars or people get close to us, I'm just paranoid. The thread I like is Olympus. The place that I get it used to be called Black Sheep Emporium. It is now Twisted Pico. And it is a Japanese thread. It's like running silk through your hands. It's that soft. It doesn't have a lot of twist. And it's a nice tatting thread, a very nice tatting thread. I used to buy it from Maria Provenche. She used to be the president of IOLI. And her and her daughter have an Etsy shop. And I used to buy it from her. Yeah, and I'm disabled because of the car wreck. And I had the car wreck 37 years ago. I put my collarbone up here. I was hit by a dump truck. All I remember is the grill and the mirror. That's it. Olympus, it's a size 40, but it tats like a size 20. You don't notice the difference. You really don't. It's that smooth of a thread. If you want to work with smaller threads and get the billowy effect, yeah, Olympus Gold Label. That's the one you want to get. It's a little expensive, but it's worth its weight in gold. So, any other questions, guys? I'll have this worked out Tuesday when we come back. I will have this worked out. We'll get it going again. I will pick out a different color thread. I will tat it up to that point where the bead goes on. Hey, it sounds like that song from the 60s, When the Beat Goes On. Yeah, Elizabeth thread gets worse. It really does. I know she's having it done in Japan. No, China. And lately the thread I've gotten it with slubs all through it. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Barb will replace the thread, but they should do her a better job than what they do. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, Monday's my tat days away from you. I get a lot of tatting done in the truck because I take my glasses off and that's all I'm doing is looking at my tatting. I don't see what's going on around. Norsha, I didn't even see you come in. Yes, you have a great rest of the week and have a great weekend, everybody. Okay. Thank you, Jolynn. Arlene, I'll see you later, Gator. Bye, Teresa. Hugs, everybody. Be safe. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. It's supposed to get down to 60 tonight. We don't have to run our air conditioner. That's going to be nice. Give it a rest. You're welcome, and thank you. Thank you, Nanetta. Hugs. All right, guys, I'm going to shut her down. You all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Happy tatting, everyone.